sorry about that. Hopefully everybody can find us here. Copy the new link over to Facebook.
Uh-oh. What do we do with...
You want to grab and give him some crackers or something so let's see. He'll be happy.
Crackers for Pat.
Delete. All right, we're going to give everyone a minute to find this stream. I'm really sorry that I had kind of messed it up. I actually don't know how I messed it up because I've scheduled lives before and we didn't have an issue. So it just was stuck in portrait orientation. So it happens, but now we are the correct way, and hopefully everyone can find us. There we go. All right, got it cross-posted and up, so everyone should be able to find it here and come join us. So Sam is with us here this week, and we're excited. Last week he was too busy studying. He's getting a snack out. The baby is being fussy, so we're going to get a little snack out for Patton so he's not upset during our live stream here because nobody's playing with him. But today we want to talk about No Waste November, lessons learned kind of thing, and just whatever else comes up because you always have some great things you guys want to chat about, and we always enjoy hearing from all of you. So, all right, updated, perfect. All right, let's get the chat up so I can see what you all are saying. I have to get through the commercial here. Here we go. So thanks for joining us. Welcome. Adele is here, and Aunt Holly is here, and Beth is here from Wichita, Kansas. Thank you so much for joining us and skipping on over to our reset stream that is now the correct orientation, so we are not sideways on your computer anymore. Let's see, we got Jean here from Brazil, and welcome, and Tracy is here as well. So, oh, now it's buffering. Okay, I think it's gonna buffer on you for a second, but it's gonna be, it's all fixed now.
We're good?
Let's see, Mrs. Peach Thrifty Hacks is here from California. She's making stuffed Scotty dogs.
Ooh.
My aunt and uncle, great aunt and uncle growing up, had like a little Scotty dog looking, with a little mustache. They're such cool looking dogs, I always thought. And Homestead Nana's here. Lois is here from Ohio. Arkansas Prepper, welcome. Bill, welcome. Bill and Celia are here.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us live. And
Tracy,
yes. I think it was buffering just slightly, but I think we got it all fixed. So let's see. Oh, and Mama's here.
hello.
I can never say it right. Is it Sao Paulo? There's another syllable in there I'm not saying. Brazil. Sao Paulo?
I don't know.
Hello from Nevada, Missouri, and from Nebraska. Ann is here. I always think it's weird that Missouri has towns that are named for almost every state in the United States. There's a California, Missouri, and Nevada, Missouri. There's a Mexico, Missouri. It's kind of
Sure.
Louisiana, Missouri. Kind of unoriginal. It's kind of funny too. So, all right. So Sam is almost on Thanksgiving break. And
Yeah, we have class tomorrow, but it's just on Zoom, so I don't have to drive all the way into class.
Oh,
so
that's
super nice.
Do you want a couple little people to join you on your Zoom class?
I don't know about that. Well, they would make it more entertaining, that's for sure.
They would make it entertaining. So we are, let's see, what is this, third week of No Waste November? Is that right? So 1, 2,
Zooming right along.
3 weeks. Yeah, November has gone so fast. It's just been really busy. Trying to get everything set up for Annie to start going into school for her therapy so that we don't have to always drive her to the city, which is great. And today we got to go in, she got to go in just for a short little bit, and she got to meet her teacher and see her classroom because her first actual learning day, they send a special bus that comes and picks just her up to bring her in for her hours at school because she's a homeschooler, which is really nice that they provide the transportation. It takes a lot off of me. But I wanted to make sure that she already knew what friendly faces she was looking for. So there's 3 other kids in her little special education classroom that are all kindergartens too, and they're kind of same page. Working on their letters and their writing, the things that are really hard when you have motor control issues and things like that. So I think she's really excited. She says she's super excited to ride the bus when she gets to go in. And so we'll see if that excitement hangs on
Stays
for
all
when
the way.
it's really
Yeah.
time to get on the bus by herself. But that went really well. But that has made the month go really fast because there's been several meetings. Like there's always so much paperwork and like trying to get everything set up for it just kind of sucked all my time
you've
away.
had to meet with a few different people for that.
Yeah, she had to meet with like she gets 3 different therapies through the school plus educational assistants for a few hours, and so that's like 6 different people that all had to meet her and meet with her, and so it just was a lot of time.
Yeah,
but it's
I'm
good.
getting ready to crank the stove down. It is blazing. It went out, so we threw some logs on. I've got the door
restarted.
cracked
It was
a little
pretty
bit.
warm today, actually. It was in the 50s compared to what it has been.
Yeah,
It's been freezing
if
cold.
you got out in the sunshine, it actually felt pretty good.
The girls were riding bikes, and I was trying to... there's a video coming up. I'm almost embarrassed to put it up because we need to clean out the goat pen, or the stall, which is thick with old bedding and stuff that needs to be cleaned out so new bedding can go in before it gets really cold. And I was like, oh, I'm going to work for an hour. I'll put a good dent in it. And I don't even know if you walked in there that you would be able to tell that I shoveled anything out of there. It did not go as planned. So I have to go back to the drawing board and figure out how we're going to clean that out. Because it's like, once you get past the top layer, the freshest layer, it's like concrete. Like,
yeah.
And so I don't know how I'm going to get that out with just my little wimpy muscles. So we'll figure it out. Okay, but anyway, we want to talk today about No Waste November. So we're 3 weeks in, about what we've learned, and then just any stuff in between that you guys want to chat about or that comes up. So 3 weeks into No Waste November, our goal was 1 13-gallon trash bag a week. My goal this week was try to do what I called like a limp 13-gallon trash bag. So not stuffing it full. And I don't think that's going to happen. So we count from trash goes out for us Tuesday afternoon is when I set it out. So I changed the bag on Tuesday. And I haven't had to change it this week, but it's full. It's really challenging if I am not home. So I was gone part of the weekend because we had unexpected death in the extended family. I went to a funeral. I was gone, like 12, 13 hours. And so that one day, because the baby then was in disposable diapers all day, and I had convenience foods for the kids so that, Sam didn't have to do cooking because he was trying to study for a big exam. We created like half of our trash in one day. It was incredible. It's incredible how much like those convenience prepackaged items, like how much plastic and stuff they are. So fortunately we didn't meet our goal, but I think next week we definitely will be able to get it as a not stuffed full 13-gallon trash bag. So
Did you feed her tonight?
I did, yeah. So let's see. We have Terry is here. It's not too cold here. It has been. We finally got it warmed up a bit. Just for today, it's heading back down. And Carrie is here, and Arkansas Prepper says those goats pack the ground. They do. And it's one of the, there has to be a way. And honestly, what I was doing is I was taking a spade shovel and jamming it in to break it up, and then taking the big, whatever you call the big poop scoop shovel. I don't know what that's called.
You need to get the matic.
Oh, okay. Use the pickaxe and broke it up.
Break it up.
It's so compacted. Like I just used so much energy just trying to break it up so I could scoop it out.
Yeah, if you use that, it'll bust up really easy.
Terry says it's 33 here in Stormville, and Beth says we haven't done very good. We had a shower remodel pop up, so we've had 2 dumpsters full the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know if that really counts though. That's like, that's not like daily waste. Stuff like that happens where you have to fix something in your house, or you're working on a big project. It's going to produce a lot of waste, and in the end it's all worth it because you're not going to replace your shower every year, hopefully. That's one big waste that's going to last you a really long time. Laura, I'm wondering what I could use as no waste doggy potty pads. Any ideas? Historically people just use like newspapers. I think it would depend. If you're just potty training a puppy, it's not like an older dog that's incontinent where you're gonna need them forever. I would think just even some like cloth diaper, like the pre-fold diapers. Those are really absorbent to put them down. Would do the trick. We've never potty trained a puppy. It's actually one of my things I told Sam is absolutely not happening anytime soon. any dog that we've had, we've always adopted when it was a little bit older, because I do not have time to potty train kids and potty train a puppy. But maybe somebody in the feed here has ideas. Since I've never potty trained a puppy, I'm not quite sure everything that's involved and how much absorbency you need, but I'd imagine the pre-fold diapers might do you well, and then you just would collect them all in a container that is like lidded, and then dump them all in the wash just like you would cloth diapers. So she has a stubborn adult dog. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of liquid, but you know, the diapers are meant for that, so it might do a decent job. You just would need someplace sealed to collect them until you had enough to do the wash. My Uncle Paul's here. He says it's 75, but he's in lucky Florida. Glad you survived all the hurricanes. Yeah, you guys have had some nasty weather down there. Beth says washable bed pads like they use for incontinence in your adults. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
You could even probably cut one in half because they're obviously going to be super long. That's a really great idea. Thank you, Beth.
Thanks for hopping on.
Tara is here. Welcome. Yep. Yeah. So what I have been doing, though, to kind of help, I feel like even going into December, even though it's not part of the challenge, I'm going to continue trying to reduce our waste. I really would like to cancel our trash pickup. Just like extra money, you know what I mean? And if we don't really need it, you know, why have it? So things that I've still been throwing away that are plastic, I've been looking for alternatives. The big one is the milk jugs, which we've talked about here before. Yeah. Like half of our trash can is just the compressed milk jugs. And so I think in the next few months, it's not practical for us to switch fully over to cartons, which I can burn because it's so a gallon of milk here, I think it was $3.89 today at our store. Like the store brand, you know, whole milk, you know, homogenized. This is not raw milk or anything really special. It's just under $4. But a half gallon in the carton at Walmart, the Walmart brand half gallon whole milk that comes in a carton, it's organic, and it was $4.50 for a half gallon. So I would have to pay $6 or $5.50 more to buy the same amount of milk if I was buying milk in cartons. And considering that we can go through almost a gallon of milk a day, right? I mean, if we have cereal for breakfast or something, they love milk.
I like milk.
That's an incredible, I mean, that's at least $100, right, a month. And I don't know that we could do that right now, but it's on my list. In a few months here, Sam is finishing up school by the summer, and you know, there's maybe more disposable income. That's a change I want to make. And even in the spring when, you know, the goats are in milking and we don't need to buy as much milk, that's a change I could make because it doesn't really increase the budget because we're buying less because we're milking our goats and having that to make things out of. But that would cut our trash pretty substantially, not having to buy those plastic milk jugs. Okay, go ahead. I'm way behind.
Mary Beth
says, I am amazed at how you do it all while maintaining such a cheerful disposition. Suspect it has a lot to do with the amount of love involved. Well, I do have a great partner right here. He's pretty awesome. And I don't know, I think when you enjoy what you do, even if it's a lot of hard work, it doesn't feel like toil. You know, I enjoy being home with the kids, and I enjoy...
Yeah, you've always been like a go-getter, too.
Yeah, so I like having goals and figuring out how to make it happen.
Go after stuff.
And if he tells me I can't do something, like I wouldn't be able to do it, like when we were talking about cleaning out that goat stall, he's like, I don't know, that's a big job. I don't know if that's going to happen. Or, you know, it's going to take you so long that it's not going to be worth it. We got to figure out a better way to do it. And I was like, no, you just sit back. I will get this done. So...
Let's see. Terry says, I've been seeing lots of people dumping their trash at businesses who have dumpsters. I wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah, there are people, we have, at our church, we have a big dumpster, and every so often we'll have people dump stuff in there, too.
Yep.
I don't know.
We did talk about our goal was eventually, if we can get down to one Walmart bag of trash a week, we would dump it, because, you know, Walmart bag, we would, you know, dump it out. Walmart's got those just trash cans out by the carts, or at a gas station where they have trash cans, people empty out their cars. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't feel too guilty about that as long as we're only producing that one bag.
Beth says, we buy raw milk from a local farm in plastic jugs for $7 a gallon. Luckily, we have local recycling.
Right, that is helpful.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if we could find a place where like you used glass and you like traded it out. But I
Yeah.
know there are places around here where you could do that with farms, but it's really
It's
expensive
expensive.
too.
Well, and you have to keep in mind if it's more gas too. If you aren't already going that way, then it ends up being a lot more expensive. Now, I think at Whole Foods, somebody could tell me if I'm wrong. I think they sell their milk as all in glass jars, and you like pay a deposit when you buy the milk, and you bring it back, and you get that back on your next
Yep, I'm not sure about that.
thing of milk. So
Prep for Eternity says we only had 2 bags last week instead of 4 to 5. Gonna keep going. Wow,
that's awesome.
That's really
Great
cutting
job.
down.
Cutting out all of our like household supply trash, plastic trash, has been what's really made the difference from us. Because when we started, even just in October, we were making 4 to 5 bags, 13-gallon bags trash a week, plus some Walmart bags, and it was all just like plastic household stuff. Like we were using plastic utensils for busy days, so I didn't have as many dishes. But honestly, it takes 5 minutes to do those extra dishes. Or we were using, like the Dawn dish soap. We had those we use a lot of dish soap because we're doing all the dishes by hand. The Clorox wipes. We've replaced all those things with reusable, washable, homemade products, and even the ingredients that we use to make the products, like the dish soap, all of those ingredients come in cardboard or wrapped in paper, and so none of that hits the trash can.
I think for a lot of people, if you're
Lock it down.
it might be ready. I think for a lot of people too, if you're starting out changing your diet or how you buy things that way too, like I think a lot of food creates a lot of trash.
Yes.
The fact that you preserve and can and stuff a lot already takes away a lot of our food trash, but
Right. Well, even when you go shopping, there's lots of fruits and vegetables that don't come packaged, but it's the whole vegetable, so you have to like chop it up yourself. But last week, I bought some cantaloupe, and I bought some like lettuce and some cucumbers and some broccoli, and none of those things were packaged. And yeah, I have like produce bags, like reusable, washable ones that you use just like use the plastic bags in the store, except you're not creating any plastic. We were creating a lot of trash too, just because we would buy peppers that came in the bag, like the 3-pack, or we would buy broccoli that came on a styrofoam tray that's saran wrapped because it's already most of the stalks chopped off, things like that. And you save a lot of plastic and money by not buying the prepackaged vegetables or fruit and just packaging them yourself in the store, buying them loose.
Let's see, Arkansas Prepper says my trash is $97 per quarter.
So ours is $60 a quarter right now, but they've already told us it's going to go up considerably, but they haven't given us a number. And I'll owe starting next month for the next quarter. So
we'll have to see.
Surprise.
We'll report back
I love
to you
surprises, right?
how much it increases. Suzanne says, sounds like you need a milk cow. It's been on our list for a while.
It has been.
I will say, though, when it comes to any kind of dairy animal, it is a huge time investment. Not just when it comes to milking every day. And there are ways you can get away with not milking every day or not milking multiple times a day, especially if you keep a calf or, the baby kid on the doe or the cow. But they're a big, big, big time investment. And that's if everything goes perfect.
Yep.
They're a big time investment, not including
having to bottle feed a baby.
If you can't get that cow bred, or if you got to bottle feed a calf, or you have udder problems or whatever. It's a big time investment. Well, I think we'll get there eventually, though. Let's see. Beth says it's expensive, but it's worth it. I'll never go back to store milk. I will say we used to get our milk from a friend.
It was delicious.
She has a Jersey cow, and I swear it tasted like ice cream. Like it was, because she would leave the cream on it, and it's so sweet and rich. Almost too rich.
The reason we ended up doing goats instead of a cow, there are a couple of reasons. Part of it was the cost, just the initial cost. Cows are very expensive. And then also we had concerns at that time. We did not have a truck. So if you have a sick animal that you need to get to the vet because the vet can't come out to you fast enough, like we couldn't move a cow. Yeah. And we also didn't have any, and still don't have any way to move a big round bale of hay, which cows will need in the winter because they eat a lot more. right?
You can get away with square bales,
just
but a round
yeah.
bale's a lot cheaper for sure.
And so just like logistically, goats were a better choice. Though now with the size of our family, it's not enough. Like you still have to buy milk to drink because the goat milk all goes to cooking and cheese making and yogurt making and stuff. And then there's none left to drink because it doesn't give nearly as much milk.
Charlie and Judy are here. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Adele says, we do not have to pay for trash pickup, but we have to separate recycling from trash. I only fill them both once a month. So that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. Sean takes our trash to work. There you go.
I won't tell. Shh. Actually, we were told when we bought this property and we called the local company that picks up trash, had we been another like quarter mile down the road, they would not have come to get our trash.
We're
so
at the
like
very
we're
end
the
of
last we're as far as they will go, and then anybody else down our road, they do not have trash pickup.
Yep. It took us a while to figure out who to call too.
Yeah.
There's no like, it's actually like an excavating company.
Yeah, that happens to have a dump truck.
That owns a dump truck that'll service out
we
here.
Swear, we swear that these people have a secret camera that watches our driveway. Because if we do not put our trash out the night before, they come at like 5 a.m. and are like, oh, your trash wasn't out. If we put it out the night before, they don't mosey on down here till like noon to come get the trash. Sam gets so mad.
It does feel like that. Let's see, what else we got? Prep for Eternity says we pay $75 a quarter. Would love to get rid of that bill.
Charlie,
not on YouTube.
We're not sure what. That's probably references something we said. It took us so long to get down here. So, let me know, Charlie, what's not on YouTube. So.
Yeah, but would love to get rid of that bill. It would be awesome to get rid of the trash bill. I mean, I think if you got down to a Walmart bag, you can for sure take
it off somewhere. Yeah.
Somewhere, a gas station or something. That I don't think that's that big of a deal.
By the way, I'm wearing my really old, this one's like 3 years old, Teal House Farm hoodie. If anybody that you love might like some Teal House Farm swag for Christmas, there's a link in the description. We have a Teespring. There's t-shirts and
coffee mugs.
There's lots of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Got our logo on it. So, Holly is paying $33 a month, and Mama says we had a dog that liked to eat the trash.
Yeah.
We actually don't have, I'm surprised. Our dog, Lexi, is a little bit mischievous, but she actually doesn't get in the trash. She does like to go rummage through the compost pile, which makes me a little bit upset. She's broken that fence so many times. Charlie, who's in the chat here, actually gave me a bunch of pallets. I'm getting ready to close the compost pile. We need to start a new one because it's been 2 years. And this time, Charlie, I'm using those pallets, maybe some barbed wire, whatever it takes, that our dog doesn't break it to get in there. And she doesn't really do, like, there's nothing, the compost pile is all like gross smelling fermented vegetables. She just likes to like dig in it. That's all she does. So.
Yeah, that's gross. Let's see. Arkansas Prepper says, I thought of buying a small trailer to hold my trash. I have a large dump station about 8 miles. I could dump for a lot less. That's a good idea, too. If you had a place where you kind of like store it and you knew...
You know, every 6 months you're going to take it.
Yeah, you know, stuff wasn't going to... That would be my problem. I almost feel like it would have to be like a sealed up container
but
here.
If you,
otherwise...
like, we shouldn't have anything, our trash that's stinky because...
I know, but you know, like... rats or something would get into it and just shred the bags, possums or raccoons or whatever. I think if you could seal it up and had a trailer like that or something, I think
just
it might
drive it
work.
to the dump every 6 months or something.
That's a good one. 180 degrees, long time no see. Thanks for popping in and hanging out. Good to see you guys. That's a good idea though. I like that.
So, has there been any major life changes for you? Because we're trying to go as close to zero waste as we can. Have you had to make any changes?
Not really.
No?
I don't feel like. I mean, I don't know. Do you think so?
I don't think so.
It
doesn't.
My lunch is packed every day.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Well, even in the bathroom, like we already used a lot of buy bar soap, so it's wrapped in paper, so you don't have a plastic container.
Yeah.
The hard one for me is shampoo. Maybe somebody has suggestions.
No, they make shampoo bars, but I don't.
My hair is super long, and I do not want it to become a test nuclear test ground for whatever some bar shampoo is going to do with it. Like, I know it works, and I don't want to mess it up because it's so hard to, like, keep brushed and stuff if something is going to, like, cake it and make it really tangly because it's got some residue in it. So if anybody has a bar shampoo or bar conditioner that they use and they feel like does a good job and doesn't leave a lot of residue, let me know because I want to try it. But until then, we go through several shampoo bottles because it's a lot of hair to shampoo. So that's one of our big plastic things. So.
Mary Beth says compost piles are like giant salad bars for dogs. Yeah. Apparently. We've had compost piles for forever though, and that's the first dog we've had
that dug in it.
We did have other dogs that would get into the trash.
Yeah, she doesn't get into the trash. She just wants to dig in the compost pile. So.
Arkansas Prepper, do you have hard water? We're on a well,
yes.
So we do have hard water.
Yes, and we don't have a softener. But I don't really have problems. Like, my washing machine does great, even like with homemade laundry detergent. The borax works as a softener.
I would actually say for well water, it's not that bad. I've been on other wells or visited people that had wells. Like it was some seriously hard water.
We're not clogging faucets.
Our appliances and stuff do okay with it. I won't say it's amazing.
We did have to take the filter off though. Remember that? Like, we used to have filters on the sink and the washing machine, like the mesh filters, but they would get so clogged with the hard water. We had to take them off.
That was a little different though because of what was happening.
Yeah, Sam helps you save on the shampoo. So this is our compromise.
That's true. I use Dove, does great on all my hair, says Charlie.
Okay.
Yeah, actually I do shampoo my noggin. Well,
there's one thing. Bald people still need shampoo because
I do anyway. Because it gets so
oils
oily.
up there.
Mary Beth says I've been using Kitsch solid shampoo and conditioner with great results. 1 bar equals 2 bottles of shampoo. My hair has never been better, she says.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And Tracy says, Laura, you could make your own shampoo. Bulk Apothecary Company sells the bases. Buy once, make, and use 1 container.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. Idea. I have seen those, like, Grove Collective things, too, where you get, like, there's no plastic involved, and whether it's your soap or your shampoo, it's just like a big ball. It's all compressed, and you drop it into the water, and then it makes your soap, or it makes your, like, it dissolves, nice. And so they're not shipping.
Put it in a...
Yeah, in a container.
Cool. In a water or
whatever.
And
so I was thinking about trying that, too, but I'll have to look up the Kitsch and the Bulk Apothecary and figure it out. So.
Charlie says he's just pulling your leg about the Dove.
Oh, okay. My shower head stops up from hard water. I do have to kind of...
That does happen.
Scrub it with some vinegar to keep it from clogging.
Let's see. Lois says, sometimes for the sake of beauty, we have to just spend a little bit more, use your shampoo, and enjoy. So, that is true.
That's true.
I will say sometimes if you want to do sustainability with some products, or if you want to do local with some products, it is going to cost you a little bit more.
Yep.
But sometimes it evens out in the end.
It does. Sometimes it's just more expensive.
Tara says, I've thought about trying the Grove products.
Yeah, they look really... And what a neat idea.
So you just get like a gallon container of hot water or whatever, you drop it in there.
You drop in their little bead and it dissolves and it makes a soap. And so if you think about it, if you've tried the products, you know what you like. You could order a year's worth of whatever, and it comes in 1 box. And so you're only making that carbon footprint of shipping 1 box, and that's everything you need all year. And so if you're really busy, and you're not home all day like I am, and you're like, I don't want to make laundry soap and hand soap and shampoo and blah, 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 blah. Like, you could still not have all that disposable plastic. And you wouldn't have to do the work. I imagine it's a more expensive product because they're all about non-GMO, organic, ships to you, so it's the convenience. But
gotcha. Typically,
if both spouses are working, so somebody's not home, there's a little bit more spending cash to offset that sometimes. So that might be worth it, the time versus the savings. So something to look into. I'm not sponsored by Grove, and I've never tried the product, so this isn't a push for them. But something that I've seen commercials for, and I've always said, maybe one day I will try that. So,
let's see. The Oregon Tail says, grew up going to the dump and did it after we were married for a number of years. It's cheaper. However, we pay for garbage now because for us it was a simplification of time and energy, says Robert. Yeah, and we've said that so many times, like trying to be more sustainable or trying to go off grid or do prepper things or whatever it is. A lot of it does come down to time and money. And so sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, or it's going to take too much time or be too much of a headache. And so you're like, you know what? We're just not going to go down that road, and we'll try these other 4 things or whatever it is. So everybody has their things that they can concede on, or things
Yep.
that they will or won't try. Everybody's a little different.
You still have to enjoy your life a little bit too.
I think so.
You can't be so stuck on off grid or no waste.
Yeah, that you're unhappy.
That you're unhappy,
No,
or
that's
you
silly.
feel guilty if you like go out to eat and have a plastic fork. So, is there a recipe for homemade shampoo? I mean, I've Googled a few. I have never tried any. So if you try one and want to try it, but I don't have one to recommend because I've never tried it. So.
Oh, Beth has a quote here. That looks like it needs to be a picture or something.
Time is the only commodity we can't get more of. Yes.
It's very true.
Tara's mom on Living on a Dime, Jill, uses baking soda and water to wash her hair. She says she's been doing that for several years. And my friend, Rachel, used to use vinegar to rinse her hair. Trying to think. I think she used baking soda. It just sounds, that can't be right because it'd be like a volcano. Baking soda and vinegar in your head.
Oh, yeah, I don't
But I
know.
remember I think she used vinegar as a rinse after she used whatever homemade shampoo she was. And she said it kept it pretty soft and decent, but she felt like it didn't rinse after a while. Like you could feel that it was like not all the way rinsed out and like was kind of caking on her hair. So I've thought about different things to try. And I've just never bit the bullet on that one. Like somebody said before, like, just if you have something that you like enjoy your shampoo. I don't know if I want to mess with it because my hair's almost down to my butt. So if something makes it really matted or snarly because it doesn't get rinsed really well, Sam has to help me brush it because I can't reach.
Right in the back, the middle of your back, basically. Arkansas Prepper says, I'm old and retired. I got a lot of time to do garbage. So there you go.
You guys got some great, I'm going to make some motivational memes this week maybe out of some of your
Oh, yeah, that'd
time
be
is
funny.
the only commodity you can't get more of. I'm old and retired. I got
Yeah.
a lot of time to do garbage.
Let's see.
We stopped home. Grammy
Oh,
says she
Grammy.
stopped home trash pickup and are saving money by taking it to the nearby transfer station.
I like that.
So
That's a
we
good
do not.
idea.
I mean, the closest dump is what, Jefferson City probably. It's like 45 minutes, 50
Probably.
minutes.
We're just so far away from everything.
Yeah.
Really. I don't know where our trash service
It goes.
takes
They
it.
take it to Jefferson City.
Do they? Man,
I mean,
that's a
They
long
say
drive.
they take it to Jefferson City. It's an
Yeah.
excavating company, so they're probably
Yeah,
digging out
who-
some
who
poor
knows?
guy's basement and
Anybody want some free fill?
Yeah.
Let's see. Adele says vinegar is a great rinse for hair and clothes as a softener.
You all have me interested now.
You
There
grew
may
up
be a
that way.
video coming up next week of me attempting to make my own shampoo.
Can you buy some of that stuff in a glass bottle, or does it all come in plastic? Vinegar and stuff. Did you find it glass?
I know you get apple cider vinegar and glass still at the regular store. I don't know. I'd have to look. Maybe the more
You probably have to
expensive
like
vinegar.
order it or something.
No, I just think you have to
Can you
go.
get it from like Walmart or something?
You have to go to a big enough store that they would have more than just 2 brands. Does that make sense?
right.
But I wonder, go somewhere like Target where everything's a little bit fancier. They might have something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if you went to a place like Trader Joe's or whatever that's more
Yeah.
sustainably minded, maybe.
Beth uses apple cider vinegar in place of conditioner. I might have to try this. I don't.
Let's see. Prep for Eternity says we use the Castile soap and vinegar rinse for a short time. Didn't like it much. Felt kind of heavy. That's just me. May work for you. And Mary Beth says the pH of baking soda is far too high to be healthy for your hair skin. As an esthetician, I do not recommend for skin or hair. Vinegar is pretty safe.
Yeah.
Heinz has vinegar in glass.
Okay.
There
I
you go.
knew I had seen it, and I was trying to picture the jar, and I couldn't think of it. So
And Lois
that's good.
says my sister used to use vinegar to rinse her hair. I don't remember her smelling like a salad.
That's the other thing.
That
I
would be
like
funny.
smelling like an ocean breeze or whatever.
Like,
Go get into bed and smell like a
all of a
fermented
sudden, I've
pickle.
got a craving for some iceberg.
So, Okay, so here's a question I thought of the other day because, I was just looking at things that create waste. We go through so much baby soap, and not because I wash my babies all the time, but because they decide, like the older girls will decide they want to take a bubble bath.
And just dump it
and they
in.
dump like the whole bottle of baby soap in the tub to make a bubble bath, because if we buy bubbles, they're expensive and they're gone like they'll use the whole thing in one tub, even though it's completely unnecessary. Anyway, I was like, what did people used to wash their babies with when you didn't just go buy baby soap, right? Like, baby soap's kind of a new thing, but you don't want
like a
don't use like a
soap.
soap that's gonna make their eyes hurt, right?
I wouldn't think so.
I'm curious.
I don't know, maybe you're just super careful with it.
Maybe you
didn't.
Did you not?
Faces,
did you not? Maybe people didn't wash their babies with soap though. You just dunk them in. I don't know. I'm curious. I was thinking about using Castile soap because I think that's like that's pretty gentle. But I'm tired.
You could use.
I went to the store yesterday to buy more baby soap, and it was $11 was the cheapest one that they had, and I about fell over. Like, I realize inflation exists, but that just seems like somebody was money grubbing a little bit, and it was $11 because the store brand bottle was not on the shelf. It was all gone, so you had to buy the name brand, and that was $11 for like a thing of soap. So I did not buy it, and so I was thinking, I'm almost out. What am I going to wash the baby with if he gets dirty?
See, Mary Beth says you can add essential oils to the vinegar for a hair rinse. Beth says my hair doesn't smell like vinegar ever because it gets rinsed out. And Tracy says mashed yucca root makes a soap-like foam. The natives use it.
We do have yucca.
I don't know how you say it.
We do have them here out in our field. Next spring or summer, whenever they're big enough they can tell where it is. I have to dig one up, maybe. Just try it. See what happens. So it's fun. I just find it fun every time I go like look at something that we have that's a modern convenience. I always like thinking about how did people do it before they had X, Y, Z.
Yeah, before
and
you
the
had
solution
all stores everywhere
is usually pretty simple, and you're like, oh. And a lot of times the solution works really well, and then you're like, oh, well then why am I spending $6 when I go to the store to buy this?
Let's see. Mary Beth says Dr. Bronner's makes a baby formula, so that would be Castile soap. Arkansas Prepper says when I was a kid, the moms used a water hose.
Yeah.
It would be pretty chilly. Anne says I discovered baby soap and lotion really went up in price. Guess what the new baby is getting for Christmas?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, what a weird thing.
Just kind of random.
It's just random because it's not like people suddenly are having a lot more babies and there's a lot more demand. Like, it takes a long time to make a baby, so it was just weird that went up so much, especially because it's like a non-essential baby thing, I feel like. People are buying lots of diapers, but that price has actually been somewhat stable from what I've noticed. Maybe like an extra $1 for a big box, like nothing extreme. But man, that soap, I was like, last time I bought soap, I swear I spent like $3 on what looked like a half-gallon jug of Walmart baby soap. So
let's see. Kelly says they used a lot of ivory soap way back when. And Prep for Eternity says, I think that's why women wore their hair up all the time. Probably didn't wash the hair all
Yeah, it's true. Who was it? Was it your grandma was telling us? She'd get her hair set, and then she'd sleep with the little bag on her head, because they wouldn't wash their hair after they got it set, right? For like that 2 weeks, and they wanted their set to stay or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I probably wash. I don't wash my hair every day, but I wash it several times a week, so probably too much.
Tracy says inflation is getting ridiculous, and then Grammy says ivory soap, and so does Aunt Holly.
All right, I might just switch
ivory
over.
Soap.
I want the girls to have bubbles and enjoy bubbles now and again, but they're costing me a lot of money in bubbles, especially
they don't take their bubble baths often.
It's all Ivy. Ivy loves
maybe once
baths.
a month or something. They get a bubble bath.
You're not home. Ivy takes a bubble bath like 3 times a week because it's her favorite activity.
See, Carrie says, yes, the ivory flakes you can use as a bubble bath or baby soap.
Oh, so ivory flakes, they come in like a bag. You have to, I don't think I've ever seen that. Or do you shred it yourself? So, ivory soap, I might have to
ivory
try.
Soap's pretty cheap. That's not like an expensive soap.
So, man, these ladybugs are coming back to life because we had a warm day today. So
You said
it
it's
should
in a
come
box.
in a box.
Well,
Okay.
How convenient.
See, I learned so much from you all when we have these live chats. You saved me lots of money because now
You
I
need
know
to
what I
give-
need to look for.
We need to get the box and then give Ivy like a measuring cup that has like a tablespoon or
Spoon.
whatever it is to make a bubble bath so that she only gets so much.
Ivory
instead of
gets a
just-
tablespoon of ivory.
Yep. instead of just dumping out half the box. Aunt Holly says, do you have a Dollar Tree near you? We've got a couple here and there in the towns
Yeah.
that we drive through, so we
you
can always
go-
stop by. Kelly says, Ivory's supposed to be gentle soap. And Mary Beth says, Ivory soap is harsh.
See, yeah. So, I don't know. I might have to try. I think it might all be about quantity too. It takes a little. I mean, a baby does not get that messy. Well, he does now, I guess, because he's outside. But despite its claims, so Ivory, the soap that floats. So I use Dove a lot. That seems to be my skin's pretty sensitive, dries out really easily, and that keeps me I'm not all dry. My hands aren't all dry and stuff. So maybe try some Dove. I just don't want him to get it in his eyes. You know what I mean? And have him
Little pat.
little
Yeah.
tears because he got soap in his eyes.
Yeah, he's getting to the point where he really likes to splash around in the tub and stuff.
Makes a
and
big
play.
mess. So
He's such a goober.
Ivory soap is what we always used when I was a kid. They all have lye. Yeah, and I think any traditional soap is probably gonna have lye in it. That's true. People just lived dangerously way back when. How did we ever survive childhood? Celia and I always snuck in dish soap when we were kids. Yeah. Oh, dish soap is the other one. One of the reasons I switched over to
Bubble
homemade
up.
dish soap, the girls they saw, I don't know, it was like a YouTube ad or something, and it was kids. They used dish soap on a trampoline and a hose, and it made giant bubbles on the trampoline. We have a trampoline. So that was their favorite activity this summer, but they would
Like
go
with
through
Dawn.
I bought them the cheap dish soap, like the Dollar Tree brand, and I was like, this bottle is all you get for this week, because they were costing me like $10 a week in dish soap. Like, I would go to wash dishes and where's my dish soap? And they were out there having like giant foam bubbles on the trampoline.
Great
So-
bubbles, says Bill. Let's see. Aunt Holly says, that's why all of us old people are so tough. We got a few things to try then in the summer.
Yeah, you have to do some
Department.
more research.
You have
Maybe
to do
trying
some
some homemade
comparing.
shampoo and
Yeah, comparing some things. I like that most of that stuff's pretty cheap too.
Yeah.
We can look
All
into
about not
what was the
spending
other
money.
soap you were talking about where you make it yourself?
make it myself. The
Remember-
Castile soap?
No, where they ship it to you and then
Oh, the Grove Collective.
yeah, we'll have to see how expensive that is.
Let's see. Prep for Eternity says, I used Ivory growing up. Always said it was very gentle, but a while back my daughter broke out in terrible rash that lasted 3 weeks after using it. Probably just her. And you know what? It's crazy how different everybody is too. The things
Yeah,
that
that's
your
very
skin
true.
is going to be sensitive to. You just never know. Like Ivy, when she was a baby, we went to visit my sister, and she had bought us diapers. And Ivy got this horrible rash, and I thought it was because she was teething or something, and it turned out she was allergic to Huggies diapers. But I've had, 5 other kids that have never had a problem with a Huggies, so it's just weird
Not
what'll
that we
set
buy
one person.
Huggies that often,
But
let's see. Tracy says bulk apothecary has glycerin soap bases, and it's excellent for skin and hair. I believe they have a baby formula. It's all concentrated.
That's
too.
nice too, because then you buy, even though it's expensive, usually you buy one plastic bottle, and then you make yourself,
A bunch of
40 whatever, filling up your own container. So yeah, any other things on the menu for you? What are you thinking? Sam's favorite time of the year is coming up, because I'm going to make homemade cranberry sauce.
Ooh,
It's his
yes,
favorite.
so
And if you
good.
want to know how I make delicious homemade cranberry sauce, which is nothing like the store-bought stuff,
No.
because he won't
Oh,
touch the
store-bought
jelly from a
stuff.
jar.
Listen, store-bought stuff is disgusting.
If
It
we-
is not real cranberry sauce.
We have a video we did last year. I canned it too, because I'll make a whole bunch and then I'll can some so he can have Thanksgiving all year round with the
canned
fresh cranberries.
cranberry sauce is
So, not
what's
the home
just-
canned is good. but-
Yeah, the home canned stuff. The store-bought canned is oh. Oh man, your homemade
It's really
cranberry
good.
sauce. I will eat that on everything for the next 2 months.
So Tracy says,
Okay.
make a video of it. I have one. Let me grab it real quick. I can grab it off of YouTube. I'll post the link, and you guys can check it out if you want to. It's so simple too, but it's just something about making it fresh. I'll make it, so Thanksgiving, usually you eat lunch, right, or dinner, so I'll make it in the morning, and then we go to Mama's house for Thanksgiving. I'll just keep it in a crock pot. It does really well, so.
It is so
it's
delicious.
so good. Okay.
Well, like,
here it is.
for the next month or two, we'll, instead of using, like, you know, if you ever use a sauce for, like, meat or whatever, like, we'll use this on any type of meat. It's so good. I mean, you all know what cranberry sauce is. Oh,
Well, we actually is interesting because I made this video and there's several comments from viewers who are not in the United States.
I like that.
Yeah. Store-bought cranberry sauce tastes like disappointment. It does.
It's true. There's another meme you need to.
Yep. I got 3 for this week. You got to write these down. What was he say? Oh, that live outside the United States, because cranberries, I think, are only grown in the United States. It's like a special American food.
Oh.
And they were like, what do you do with cranberry sauce? And so I had never thought about that. That's not something people eat other places. Maybe in Canada, but, you know, our European viewers were like, this looks really neat, but I've never seen it before.
So good. Kelly says, everyone hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Kelly. It's very true. Arkansas Prepper says, it is a gel. Exactly.
It is, yeah.
That's, I know growing up we would have the canned cranberry sauce every so often. I don't know that it was like every Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. And I would try it every so often. I was like, that's nasty. And so Laura one year was like, I think I want to make fresh. And I was like, knock yourself out. Whatever.
Not gonna eat it.
And then she made it.
I made like a tiny pot of it because I
Yeah.
thought I'm the one from New England in the family. Nobody else really likes cranberries, they say. So
Oh,
I'm gonna make it.
it's
At
so
least there'll be
good.
some for me to have on my turkey. And then it was gone like that. So
Yeah,
now every year I
everybody
bring a
loves it.
giant crock pot of it because it's really good.
It is good.
So
It's better than gravy on the meat and stuff, I think. But
canned always tastes bitter to me. Yeah.
I don't know why. I just the texture is totally different and stuff. I don't know. Fresh is so easy, isn't it?
It
Says
is. When it
Mary Beth.
comes to the cranberry sauce, it really is. And it's not really that expensive because stores are stocked with cranberries right now, like $1 a bag. And so
They usually buy a lot after Thanksgiving.
I
right?
buy them after Thanksgiving too, and they're marked down because people don't want cranberries anymore. And I freeze them, just the raw cranberries, and I'll make sauce later too. Or I like making apple pies that have cranberries in them. It gives you like a shock of tart with the sweet apple. That's pretty good. Make cranberry scones or scones, depending where you're from. One year, it's just a fun ingredient to cook with.
It's a little different.
It's a flavor you don't taste all the time.
All year round.
And I like that it's tart. I like things that are tart. So.
Tracy says $5 per bag out here. I'm so
Oh man,
jealous.
sorry Tracy. They were $1.50 at Walmart yesterday. When was that
Wow,
Walmart?
that is a
Several
big
days ago.
difference.
Yeah, I guess it depends where you are. And they don't grow cranberries in Missouri.
No, it's not.
So-
It's not like we're just out in the back getting
Yeah.
them for sure. Where do they grow them? I don't even know.
I think it's an East Coast thing,
Is it?
right? We watched a video for homeschool last year for the girls about cranberries and how they're grown.
I mean, I know what a cranberry field looks like.
And they have to like flood the field, and so they grow naturally places that flood in the fall, and that's how the cranberries pop off the plants. So I got to watch that video. Is it water bath or pressure? 99% sure it is a water bath because cranberry is going to be a fruit. But watch the video. Well, let's see if I have it in the description.
Does it say?
Cranberry is a fruit, so it should be like canning a jelly. No, I don't. Sorry, you have to watch the video. See what I did. I don't remember. Pretty sure it was water bath.
Say Homestead. Nana says
Massachusetts
Massachusetts on the Cape.
Yeah.
Cranberry
bog.
bog says Mary, and Homestead Nana. Cranberry bogs.
Yep. So not anywhere near us, so I don't know why they're cheap
Yeah,
here.
wait, that doesn't even make
I know.
sense.
Massachusetts.
Somebody
and Maine.
found a cheaper 18-wheeler to get out
I
here
guess
or
I don't
something.
know, or somebody's just marking up your
connections?
cranberries, Tracy. Cranberries are grown in New England, Massachusetts, Maine. Yep. Yeah.
Well,
That makes sense. First Thanksgiving.
keep doing it, New England.
Doing a
'cause
good job. We like the cranberries.
They're delicious.
So. Excuse me.
What else we got? What do you think?
That was everything on my menu. Anything else you all want to chat about before we sign it off for the night? I know, do you have studying to do tonight? Or are you good?
Oh,
You took a bunch of
there's
tests.
always studying.
Okay.
I have let's see. Wisconsin and Michigan have
Okay.
cranberry farms.
I guess it would have
says
to be
Bill.
somewhere that gets cold too. That seems to be a thing.
Arkansas Prepper says they make sauce from the damaged cranberries.
You all have a
Let's
happy
see.
Thanksgiving.
You too,
Thank
Aunt
you.
Holly. Happy Thanksgiving. Everything is expensive here in Arizona.
We all hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Yes,
thank
you
you,
all
everybody.
too. We hope you enjoy time if you're able to see family or see friends or anything that you're doing to celebrate the holiday. I hope you're able to have a good time.
Yeah,
So.
I was gonna say I asked. So the big class this term is maternal newborn, and we've actually kind of, I guess it's called maternal child. We've kind of finished up the maternal newborn section, and we're on to kind of the child section. So we'll do that these last 3 weeks. But I asked my professor who teaches pharmacology 2, where you learn about all the drugs and stuff. I asked her, I said, that class starts in January. Is there anything I can do over Christmas break to prepare for that class so it's not quite a blow? Because I've heard that class just knocks
really
you
hard,
on your
yeah.
seat. And she was like, well, I don't know. She was like, well, we have that one online resource. There's over 1,500 flashcards. You can start working on those. I was like, oh, man. I don't know what I've got myself into.
Oh, well, you could break it up. Do 50 a week or something till the class starts. You'd at least be 500 in or something like that.
Anyway, there is always work to be done.
Yes, there's always work to be done.
There's no being bored or anything with this program, I feel like. Let's see. Mary Beth says, have you tried Christmas jam, cranberry, and strawberry blend?
That sounds delicious.
That sounds really good.
You know, cranberry strawberry pie might be interesting too. It's always fun to create things. Christmas jam is delicious. I make it every year. All right, this might be on our
Now we're
menu,
gonna
folks.
have to
That
find
and
it.
was it cowboy candy? Was the candied jalapenos that people were talking about last week?
Let's see. Arkansas Prepper says, I think this was the most organized live I have ever watched.
Well, thank you. We usually try to think about what we want to talk about before we just show up. Topic and some ideas just so we can get the conversation rolling. But we appreciate all of you because you guys bring some great one-liners or great questions. It really helps us have things to chat about.
Yeah, if we didn't have people chatting with us, it would be terrible. Let's see. And Holly says, Christmas jam is delicious. I make it every year. Mine turns out great with the cowboy candy.
Yeah, so that's on my list.
Man, they've given us so many things.
I know, so many things to try.
And do,
So check
the post office.
I got a my email pings when we have a package at our post office box for Teal House Farm, and I did see that we had a package coming in today, and I couldn't get to the post office where it closed, so I'm going to try to go tomorrow. And we will have to see what arrived. So thank you, Prep for Eternity. And we appreciate all of you that always tune in and, witness our crazy life and sharing it with us. We've learned so much from all of you all.
Yeah.
And you're always so encouraging, too. We really appreciate that. All right, I think we're going to call it a night. I got to put some little peoples to bed. So...
Thank you all so much for hopping on and chatting. Have a great week and a very happy Thanksgiving too.
We will see you all. Hopefully, we should be on for next week. I think
so. I don't think we have anything going on. You always let them know. Is it
Yes,
Sunday?
on Sundays, every Sunday, I will make a community post on YouTube letting you know whether or not there is a live for sure. So we will see you guys hopefully next week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.